This week we'll be reviewing / discussing the new Chloe Zhao movie, Hamnet, and we'll also be jumping into what's some news and what we've been playing and watching for the last week. So stick around. Yes, hello all, and welcome to Middle Aged Geeks. I'm one of your hosts, Phil, joined as always by my co-host, Daz. Daz, how's the form? You well?
Not too bad at all. Just dealing with the nice winter weather kicking in today. With ended up playing 5 hours of tennis, organised a tennis tournament on the one day where the wind and rain were just swirling around us, and yeah, pretty horrific stuff. So yeah, soaked, but yeah, ready to go for this one. How about yourself?
Yeah, I'm all good. Yeah, I kind of didn't venture too far today because it's fucking miserable. But yeah, no, all good. I'm looking forward to getting into this one. For those of you at home, the main part of the podcast is a spoiler-free review / discussion. Before that, we're going to get into some news and what we've been playing and watching. So why don't we kick off with some news? Daz, anything that jumped out at you this week?
Well, I think the Critics' Choice Awards and some of the winners for that were fantastic. On the film side, one battle after another, one Best Picture, which it seems to be cleaning up everything at the moment, with Paul Thomas Anderson getting Best Director as well. Best Actor, Timothée Chalamet for Marty Supreme, which we haven't seen yet. He seems a shoe-in for fucking everything as well. But Jesse Buckley won for Hamnet. Rightly so. Jacob Elordi won Best Supporting Actor. And I wanted to ask you about that one. Is that one of those, because I haven't seen Frankenstein yet, did it jump out at you when you watched that?
Oh no, he's
kind of going,
fantastic.
He's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, he's fantastic. It's a really good movie. It's kind of one I wish I had been able to see in the cinema. But no, it's a really good movie. It didn't make it into my top 5, but it's definitely worth the watch. And yeah, because a lot of it's him. The stories are being retold. You know, the whole thing, it's kind of narrating their own story and stuff. So it's really, really good. And his growth from just a mindless, brainless as he learns and stuff. So I'm delighted for him. It's great to see some of these faces that are only really around or maybe recognizable if you know, over the last maybe five years or so, are suddenly becoming these huge, bright future stars, and it's fantastic that
handsome bloke Irish. Yeah, he's about 8 foot tall as well.
Yeah, he is. He's fucking huge.
He's ginormous. But also Best Supporting Actress, Amy Madigan picked it up for Weapons, which was like fucking bring it on. Delighted that won something. And Best Original Screenplay, Ryan Coogler for Sinners, which is fucking great. One battle after another got adapted screenplay, and then Best Cinematography was Adolfo Veloso for Train Dreams, which I was fucking delighted because that movie is absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, just on the TV front, The Pit kind of won pretty much everything. We had Rhea Seehorn got Best Actress for Pluribus, which was, they got everything right in terms of that. And Best Comedy was The Studio, and Seth Rogen picked up Best Actor Comedy Series. It was good, some nice speeches, and just I only watched the highlights of the show, but it looked like a decent enough show to kick off the award season. And just some other news: Sebastian Stan has been cast as Harvey Dent, Two-Face, in the Batman 2.
Oh, right, okay, I knew he was cast.
Yeah.
No, it was Harvey Dent.
Just saw it today. Yeah, fucking brilliant. I'm a big fan of his, and when you look up his kind of resume on IMDb, it's just all Winter Soldier. It's all fucking Marvel. It's all these kind of roles. But he did play that big fat orange twat really well in The Apprentice. He was fantastic. Did he get Oscar nominated for that? That showcased his kind of acting prowess outside of the superhero realm so much that he decided to get back into the superhero realm and jump over to DC. But yeah, really looking forward to see what he can do with that character. Last bit, Jackass 5 is coming out this summer, which I just went,
I had that in my notes as well, yeah.
Oh, yeah, yes. Like, there's nothing better than sitting front row watching that, just fucking squeezing your balls every time they do some kind of nut joke.
You can't help the reaction. Like, you're seeing Spectacle Balls. I remember I watched the last one with you, I remember, in town, and just you can't help. Everybody in the cinema is doing it. Everybody's automatically going for their balls or whatever body part happens to be getting smacked. It's just, I could have done without Chris Pontius's cock at the start of it, playing the monster. No, thanks, man.
Fucking mouse or something like that.
Well, yeah,
they're just a riotous event at the cinema. It's just, it's fucking can't beat it. So yeah, looking forward to that. How about yourself? Any news?
A few bits. I'll stay away from the award stuff and go towards a tiny bit of tech news, because obviously there's a bunch of stuff last week or the start of this week with some new tech release, especially stuff from Boston Dynamics and all that. But I'd like to just look at two ones that jumped out at me as exciting for me, where the Lego brick, so that the Lego smart brick. Did you see that? Yeah, like it's like a it detects like NFC equipped smart tags nearby, so you'll have them for your Star Wars ones, and you'll be able to hear fucking lightsabers going up and all these different types of things. Cool. But yeah, especially if you have it to like the way you can get things, the RoboSend things can transform. It'd be great if you had a Lego Technics transformers, that had these smart bricks in, that you could get it to do its own transforming by scanning an NFC tag, and all of a sudden it turns into whatever it's supposed to turn into. So I think the possibilities are great. So I'm looking forward to seeing, I think it's just starting off with like lightsabers and engines and all that kind of stuff and Star Wars music, but we'll see where it goes from there. But I think they're talking about this year as when the first sets would start seeing them.
Fucking so cool. Yeah.
The other thing which I thought looked cool was did you see the ROG, the ones from Asus, the X-Real 1S glasses? So they're not the first, obviously not the first smart glasses, but these work with all video game consoles and Android.
Oh wow!
And it's essentially having, they say, 171-inch screen, and they're just regular looking ass glasses and plug in by USB-C, and they also can incorporate 3D as well. So you can be sitting there on your couch with a 171 screen playing 3D games. Like, I cannot wait to see how much that thing costs.
Amazing. Yeah, because like when you try and watch, when you have VR goggles, and some of them are heavier than others, but like when the first PlayStation and PSVR, it was noticeably very light, and they were like, you can watch, TV and play games and do all this stuff, but watch movies in the headset, and you're going to try it, but it is after, like, it's great, but after about 5-10 minutes, it's very like evident to your body that
you're wearing a giant thing in your head.
It's just very hard to. I'm just chilling out on the couch. You're not. It's really fucking weird. But also, like, one of the first times I used one of those was remember the Black Mirror episode where this giant spider comes around crawling on the wall.
Oh,
remember that one? It's just like just fucking threw the headset off. Just like, okay, I'm not doing that. Like, just fuck that. But that sounds cool, having those glasses, because I've been coming close to making a purchase on those, even the Meta ones, when you kind of go, they're only like 400 quid or something. It's a lot more affordable than, when you're talking the Apple fucking Vision stuff. It's like $3.5 grand. You kind of going, if you can get something for 400 or 500 quid, that is just like, you're just fucking, it's like Mission Impossible Ethan Hunt with all this fucking tech at your.
You can get them for a lot cheaper than that. You can get them for a lot cheaper. Yeah. I know, I think, is it Xiaomi or something do one that's a lot cheaper? No, obviously it's not going to be the same spec, but it's still a regular looking pair of Wayfarers that you can be out and just be like, what am I, you can just be like, Alexa, whatever the name of it is, what am I looking at? It's like, you're looking at a fucking 1965 Ford Mustang, whatever it happens to be, or what is this person doing right now? So that seems to be a person dancing, like it's there. And these things we go for like, talking 100 quid, not 500 quid.
Wow. Do you remember the first ones? With it's just like wearing a fucking camera in your head. Enormous fucking goggle like things. Just like everyone's just pointing at you. Like, what am I looking at? Everyone's pointing at you because you look like a fucking dickhead.
The other thing is just a couple of quick trailers. So the A24 with Hugh Jackman, Death of Robin Hood, which looks cool, looks super dark. Definitely up.
Hugh Jackman definitely taking a darker role. Looks fucking badass. That's the director who did Pig. I don't think I saw Pig, but the
Nicolas Cage
was it Day One, which I thought was fucking really good. Like, and he was actually down to do Death Stranding. He's still technically attached to it. A24 doing a Death Stranding movie that is never going to happen, but he's still down as he's getting paid to do something on it anyway. I
have just on that. I haven't actually. I've only started at Death Stranding. I played a couple of hours and wasn't into it. But I was looking on the A24 store the other day, and they have, because they have their connection with Death Stranding, it's A24, and then it's all dripping down with the black gray goose. It looks fucking incredible. I was like, but I don't like the game. I'll just be buying it just because that looks cool.
Yeah, have you played? Did you play any of it?
I played the first one for a few hours, and I was like, no, I'm not into this at all. I didn't like the just walking, balancing thing. I was like, no, this is just not for me. I might try the second one because I know that it's I might try the second one because I like that it sounds more action based, and I like the idea of that
It's a much better game
guy.
But even like do a recap of the first one, even just the story of it. Like it's just gets to a point where you're going, this is cool, this is kind of crazy, this is weird. And at the end, it's just like, this is absolute fucking nonsense. What are you doing? He has no filter. He's no edit in his head. He's just like it ends with like about 45 minutes just talking to a woman on a beach, just going, what is happening here?
I'll probably play the second one. And the only other thing, the last one was just another trailer, which was for They Will Kill You. And the Machete is producing. Yeah, Zazie Beetz. What's her fucking name? Patricia Arquette.
Nice.
And just it looks like a half decent cast, but it looks a little bit too much like Ready or Not for my taste. But it looks like a comedy slasher. It's out in March, so that could be fun. Okay, well, look, that's it for the news part. Why don't we move on then to what we've been playing and watching? So, Daz, what have you been getting into for the last week?
Playing wise, I went back to play The Altars a bit more, and I'm absolutely sucked into that again. I kind of fluted around on Xbox Game Pass, played a game called I Am Your Beast, which straight away when I saw that, I was like, all right, give that a go. Never even fucking heard it, but it's kind of like a first-person shoot-'em-up / beat-'em-up. It's like a more violent Mirror's Edge. Remember, that kind of kind of jumping around, and it's kind of a very melodic kind of gameplay and timing and all this stuff. But you play, a story is fucking nonsense, whatever, but you're running around these levels just punching and kicking the shit out of people. But when you smash someone in the face, they drop their gun, you catch it in the air, you shoot someone else, and then catch their knife and throw it. At the start, you're just like, what the fuck is going on? But then it does kind of, when you start to click and get the flow, it is kind of intoxicating. It's manic, mental, panic-inducing stuff.
Sweet.
But it's a little gem, and it'll be my go-to in kind of small bursts now. It's just like the levels there. It takes you like 2 minutes to get through whatever. And you can kind of go back and maybe try and do it better, and you don't want to take a hit and kind of perfect it. That kind of stuff is pretty cool. And then I jumped onto Rematch, which I'd heard a lot about. This is the guys behind Sifu. Remember that awesome Kung Fu fucking thing? And of course, what do you follow up an amazing Kung Fu martial arts game? You followed up with an arcade 5-a-side football game, which is fucking weird, with really crazy moves, and it's just mad over the top shit. Gorgeous cell shaded graphics and controls brilliantly, and it's mental, wonderful fun. Watching wise, kind of fuck all, apart from this week's movie Twice. How about yourself?
Not a massive amount. I've barely picked the controller up this year. I've barely touched anything. I don't know why. I just kind of fell off a little bit. I haven't played anything. Watching wise, nothing really new. Like I've kind of been like yourself, just jumping into some stuff that I've seen before. I did watch. I don't know why I ended up watching the whole thing. I turned on Runaway, which is another one of these Netflix Harlan Coben things. And it's just garbage. Like, no, I mean, it's easy to absorb garbage. I think it was just because Minnie Driver was in it. I was like, oh, you know what? I'll stick with this. But like, she ends up going into a coma in like episode 1 or 2, and you don't see her again until like the last episode. Like, fucking bastards. I think that's another one. James Nesbitt's in this as well. I think he must have like a similar. I think he has a similar contract to like Ricky Gervais and Dave Chappelle and all have with Netflix to just do recurring stuff. He just seems to have recurring shit miniseries. Apart from that, fuck all. I am going to hopefully pick up the Star Wars one, Outlaws. I think maybe this week or next week. Grab that one. Have more time on this. Yeah, I'm gonna grab it on the Switch. But yeah, that's about it. So, look, with all that stuff out of the way, let's get on to the main event, which is Hamnet, and I think it's 2025 though. I think was this because it's to get considered for the Oscars.
In America last
States. Year. Yeah, limited release. I think it wasn't. I'm not sure, but it's only out with us this weekend. So and Daz is going to take us through that one. So Daz, whenever you're ready, take it away.
Super duper. Okay, Hamnet. Yeah, directed by Chloe Zhao. This is an adaptation of the 2020 book Hamnet by Maggie O'Farrell. Chloe Zhao co-writes a screenplay with O'Farrell, and the movie stars Paul Mescal, Jessie Buckley, Emily Watson, Jacoby Jupe, Noah Jupe, and a number of other supporting actors. So yeah, the movie tells the story of Agnes and William Shakespeare and follows their family as it deals with the earth-shattering loss of one of their children to the plague. So yeah, we will go through a non-spoiler review as best we can, and then at the end we'll go through a few spoilers. So yeah, before we get stuck into it, Philly, what were your thoughts on this one?
Oh, this movie broke me, man. I absolutely fell in love with it. Like it's beautifully shot, and Jesus, the performances. Jessie Buckley, deserves the award she's getting and should get every fucking award. She is incredible. It was nice to hear her getting props off other actors. I saw your man, what's his face? Oh God, good looking chap. He's fucking Star is Born. Bradley Cooper. Yeah. And he was singing her praises, saying it was incredible. Like he was talking about, I think it might have been on Joe Rogan or one of those podcasts. And he was just him saying like, yeah, it's like, we know that we all act these things. He goes, but I'm watching this and I'm believing she's really going through this. Like that's how good the performance is. And it is like, I was, tears multiple times throughout the movie. Like she can't keep her eyes off her. She's fucking incredible. Paul Mescal, incredible as well. Paul Mescal is incredible. Yeah, and it's so like the music is great. Like I love Max Richter, and yeah, his music can be just haunting and beautiful at times. It's so tragic. The child actors are incredible, especially. Is it are the twins playing the same kid, or who is it? They're playing the young boy.
Jacoby Jupe he plays Hamnet, but his older brother. His older brother plays the
them on the stage.
Yeah.
He's absolutely amazing. Like straight away, it's just like it's always like haunting me since I saw it. Like I'm thinking the movie keeps just popping into my head, and I'm getting sad, and I'm thinking about it. And it's just what a beautiful. I haven't read the book, but I'm definitely going to read it now. It's such a beautiful 100%. Way of expressing that loss and like the relationship they have on screen. I know they have a great relationship, like friendship off screen as well. Paul Mescal and Jessie Buckley and stuff. You really feel that closeness between them, and there's almost a playfulness to it at the start, and then just as you said in the intro about the synopsis, like the tragedy of losing a child, and it's painful and just beautiful, and I absolutely loved it. I know the fact that you had to see it twice. I think we don't have to guess what you thought of it, Des.
I saw it on Friday, and then took my wife to see it on Saturday. Just said, you have to get a babysitter. You have to see this because we just have to talk about it. The movie floored me. I was not prepared for how emotionally devastating it was. I didn't know too much about it going in. I just knew the people involved. And I didn't even know it was about William Shakespeare until later on when they go to the play, and I was just like, oh, William. Yeah,
so they don't mention. He doesn't get his. They don't mention. He may mention for an hour and a half. I think like hour and a half into the movie before we hear him refer to. Like,
and even then, he's only mentioned Will once beforehand, and because when you see the poster and it's just like Hamnet, or like, what is that? Is this some kind of alternate taking on the story of Hamlet or something? It was just like all I knew was the two leads, Irish leads, Chloe Zhao. Her follow-up to Eternals. I liked Eternals. But yeah, and I just didn't know too much about it. I remember seeing the trailer maybe 6-7 months ago. But yeah, it's just a devastating movie, but a fucking beautifully devastating movie. It's like, there's just the praise goes across the board. You know what I mean? It's like the performances, which we'll get into, are just career best from not just the two leads, but the kids. It's just incredible because there's so much asked of the kids. They all have, especially the twins, have kind of, they at least have one or two big scenes. The kid, Hamnet himself, has a lot to do. He has a lot of scenes that require a lot of depth and emotion, and he's fucking brilliant. And the older brother who plays him on the stage, I've rarely seen a one scene performance where he just comes out and there's no real context to what's happening. He's not really connected to anybody because he's just on stage and becomes connected. And it's just, he's fucking unbelievable. Like, he really sells the really kind of emotional punch at the end, which we'll get into. But yeah, like the score, Max Richter is probably is my favorite composer especially after watching The Leftovers back in the day. I just listened to that, the music to that, for that endlessly. But yeah, cinematography, amazing. Editing is amazing. It's like the costume design, production, even the sound design in the forest. And so it's just, it kind of has everything, but it's, yeah, I just cried numerous times. And when Ali went to see it, like she was so nervous going to see it. She was sitting in the car, she's like, I'm really nervous for going to see this movie. I said, I'll be fine. And within 10 minutes, she just leaned over to me and says, I'm in fucking tears and I don't know why, nothing's happened yet. It's just like, oh, just prepare yourself, lady, prepare yourself. But yeah, Jesus Christ, it's just couldn't. And the beautiful thing, like in both times when I went to see it, first time I was up front row and it was a big enough screen, so you're really enveloped in it. So it's just like, Jesus Christ. Second time sat a little further back, but the whole cinema sat pretty much in silence amid some audible sobbing at the end. Just sat there for pretty much the entire credits, and the Odeon, credit to them, kept the lights down for the entire credits so people could just compose themselves. And then, you know, the lights came up and the credits ended, and then everyone just got up and walk around, and everyone outside in the foyer, it was just, everyone's in bits. Like, it's just phenomenal. And yeah, I love the way you said that there, that it still kind of stays with you, and just have moments during the day where you just remember certain scenes and you just kind of, oh, jeez, your heart just sinks. It's just like, oh my God. And hopefully we'll get through this review without crying, but I can't promise anything. Especially being a parent. Being a parent as well.
There'll just be cuts back into two big red fucking blotchy faces.
Took us 4 days to edit this. But yeah, it's just phenomenal. But I guess... yeah, where we start, there's nowhere else to start but Jessie Buckley. And the weird thing is, like, seeing her up on stage receiving the award at the Critics' Choice and giving a fantastic speech, like when she's talking to Paul Mescal, like, I drink you like water, like, I just fucking love you. And it's just, yeah, she made him tear up during that. But seeing her then, or at the awards, and then seeing her in this and just going, holy shit, like, she just becomes that character. You're just witnessing this raw emotion on screen, and it's not one of those, I think it's not one of those performances that is like kind of an Oscar bait where it's really over the top. There are two scenes, you know, the birth scene and the death scene, that are particularly, it's like howling, and it's just raw, fucking intense emotion. But a lot of the rest of it is just this like a stillness in her. It's just her through her eyes. You know, like the last 15, 20 minutes is astonishing, and she's just, it's just, the camera's just up in her face, and it's just her. You see exactly what she's feeling every second. At one point, she goes through like multiple emotions towards the end in about 20 seconds, and it's like, oh my word, how are you doing this? Like, it's different level acting, absolutely different level.
There's a wonderful warmth, I think, to her as well, Annie, of her performance. She has this lovely kind of crooked kind of smile, and she just has this, she just has a very, you know, welcoming kind of presence on screen. And like from the start, straight away, you're like, you can, you know, you can see how engaged he is with her. Like, he just sees her, and straight away he's just enthralled. I need to meet this person. And it's just everything from the very start, where she's coy with him, and she's, you know, staying away. She's got this mysteriousness about her, and the way she just opens up to him, and the bond she has with her kids as well. It's just fantastic. And those kids really play into it as well. You really feel that family dynamic and this, her caring. And I'm sure, I mean, she has a young child herself. I'm sure she pours a lot of that into this. But yeah, like I agree with what fucking Bradley Cooper's saying. Like, you forget completely that she's not feeling this, because, like you said, Daz, you can read it completely on her face. That stuff at the play where she's angry at the start, she doesn't really know what it is. She's not sure what's going on, you know. And but then as she starts to realize, and we see the play continue, and, you know, she understands what Paul Mescal character, what William Shakespeare is trying to do or talk about through this play. You can just see it on her face, and it's just. It'd be heartbreaking if that was just the only scene that was given to me. It was just where I'd be, you know, you're getting that transference, you know, from her. You automatically just go, Jesus, I can feel that weight that, that you feel that this character is carrying. But yeah, like I'm absolutely blown away. Like I'm already a fan of hers, but this is the best that I've seen her. Like, we've already seen her in a bunch of stuff, Fargo and Chernobyl and Him and all that kind of stuff. Not Him, Men. But yeah, this was just, absolutely blew me away. I'm really, really hoping she gets the Oscar for it. It'd be just amazing.
100%. I don't know how she can't. It's like when you see people talking about the awards and kind of going, she's 86% favorite, and you're just going, Jesus Christ, that is, just before you see it, and then after you see it, you go, yeah, I'd up that to 97%, 98%. Like, when you talk about career-defining performances, it's one of the best performances I have ever seen in my life. It's just like just there's so many moments just by her on screen, just watching her with just, whether it's a beautiful score or whether it's just the birth scene or whether it's just her eyes and the emotion just coming, reaching out of the screen and just grabbing you by the fucking throat. Like, there was some moments where I actually kind of lost my breath. I kind of just I had a moment towards the end where I just went, and just like, Jesus Christ, out of palpitation. It's just like, oh my God. Like, you can see the gaping hole in her heart. You can just see it, that it's something that's just like, it can never be repaired. And she will just shatter the very foundations of your fucking heart, your soul, everything. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. She she does so much with not with so little, but she has those powerful scenes, but then she has just other scenes where, it really is just her eyes and just her face, and you're just kind of, you're there with her. It's just masterful stuff. And we have to give props to our good old Paul, where I remember telling Ali, I was just like, well, Paul Mescal's in it, and he's pretty good as well. What I meant to say is he's fucking amazing. But anyone alongside Jesse, it's just, and Mescal his role is described in awards categories as a supporting role, and he probably has similar-ish screen time, give or take 5 minutes or so. He has his own scenes when he's in London and stuff like that, but I think this is his career best. Like, when you say I'm a big fan of his, like, everyone's a big fan of his, but like, after Gladiator, when you kind of see him do really good work, but in just a movie like that, you're just going, oh, stay away from that stuff, man. Just stay away from that stuff. I'm like, I don't know if you've seen After Sun, the one he's in.
Loved After Sun.
It's amazing. That and All of Us Strangers they were the pinnacle of his performances to date, but this is miles above that in my book. He's just a perfect counterpoint to Buckley's performance. They both share like effortless chemistry, but you see his struggle, and you get the payoffs to his struggle at losing a child, when it's more focused on Jesse Buckley at the time. But he is a kind of a quiet restraint, but equally kind of devastating when it comes to the final act. I thought he was just fantastic.
Oh, I love him. Yeah, he's fantastic. Like, I think that's the thing about him, is that you can say, oh, he just is, like you said, career best, but he's he's just fantastic and everything. For me, do you know who it was great to see was Emily Watson. I don't see her in enough stuff, and I loved her character, because at the start I was like, I do not like her. I don't. There's in the character. I don't like it. And then I just completely warmed to her, and she really does. She grew so much to care about Jessie Buckley's character, and as the movie went on, I just loved her more and more. I just thought she was brilliant. It's so good to see her in something. I think the first time I think I saw her in anything was probably maybe Equilibrium, maybe before that.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. I think she's fantastic. It was great to see her in that. And actually, what's your face as well? Louisa Harland from Derry Girls, in the very tiny part she had in this as well. Yeah.
Yeah, she's great actually as well.
Yeah, she only get to see her for a split, second or two. But no, like it's there's no one I could mark down in this and go, nah, it wasn't too impressive performance, just because they were all so absolutely captivating. Even the brother, playing Bartholomew, was Joe Alwyn.
Yeah.
I thought he was great as well. Like it's hard. I can't pick anyone out and say that they were, filler or anything like that. I just thought everybody was just spot on. Yeah, really, really across the board.
Especially when you have because it is like it's a two-hander in terms of two main leads, but as an ensemble, it's spectacular in terms of maybe not names, but in terms of performances. It's just astonishing. Like you just can't get over Hamnet himself. But even a movie like this, like props go to Chloe Zhao. Don't work with kids and animals because what you can get out of child actors. It can be quite tricky, but she gets so much out of all three of the kids. They all have their moments. But Hamnet himself, I just couldn't get over how much he had to do and how much he sold so much of the emotion as well. There's so many beautiful moments, just like simply conveying when his father leaves, and it's just wonderful stuff. And what age is he? Fucking 10? Just like,
I think, I couldn't agree more. Like there's, and like I loved the relationship between the twins as well, and like you said, his whole between Judith and Hamnet, and this whole be brave while I'm gone, all this kind of stuff, and how he takes that, and because there's a little bit of fantasy to the movie, only a very very small amount, but that whole sacrifice for him and his sister and stuff like that, it's absolutely just gorgeously done. I'm getting upset now as we're fucking talking about it.
Stop. When you said be brave, I started crying. It's unbelievable. That is one of the best things about it, actually. The fact that it does lend itself into, because, Agnes, she is kind of like, the daughter of a forest witch, as they claim, and she's very in touch with nature and kind of spiritual and all that kind of stuff. And they kind of lend into that in terms of that she can kind of see things that other people can't see by touching them and stuff like that. But they don't go as far as to show visions or anything like that. But we do get a couple of kind of ethereal moments of like afterlife or something like that. But it's all just in service of story and the narrative, and it works so effortlessly. But cinematography wise, like it's just fucking gorgeous. Like there are times some of the shots in the forest are just absolutely fucking gorgeous. The set design of the house, the kind of visual motifs they use, where they're constantly showing kind of the same frame of the twins' beds, and throughout the story you still get the visuals of the changing in the story. When there's two beds and then there's one bed gone, and then when they're moving, it's just the empty room, and it's just the framing. It's just fucking lovely. There's so many, get onto the editing in a second, but there's so many just very still shots in this movie where it's just like the camera is just there in the bedroom, and then it's just slowly kind of just pans to the right. Or when there's beautiful framing in the barn when Paul and Jesse meet first, and it's just a single shot, and then when he goes over to the hawk, the camera just pulls back a little bit, and then just goes back to the frame where they kiss, and it's just, there's no cuts. It's just like it's just fucking lovely. It's very kind of effortless cinematography and camera work. But then when it goes kind of handheld when it needs to, the birth scene or death scene makes sense to kind of go a bit handheld. I just love the cinematography, and there's at times it's filmed like outside, when I think there's one part with Agnes and her brother, and it's a two shot of them, but there's no fancy depth of field or anything like that. It's just like it could be framing and grading from a TV drama. It's very kind of period piece filming, but it's still fucking gorgeous. And it's going, oh my God. Chloe Zhao and the, can't think of the fucking cinematographer offhand, but yeah, just a masterful job.
On that, I loved that even when, because does take place in, I can't remember the name of the first area that it takes place in. And then obviously him in London, they don't try to go all out. We don't get our big overhead view of London back in, that era or anything like that. It's just, the areas that we see in London is almost the same part. We get to see it the way it's kind of dirty and run down compared to the gorgeous, lush countryside where they have been living. But they don't go out. They don't make a big, huge, massive scene of it. Even the I suppose the most elaborate looking scene is probably the one where there has the stage, because you've got the upper what's it called, whatever you call it, balconies and stuff like that. But for most of it, they haven't gone wild with the sets, and I think that makes it more homely and has a nice feel to it. But that opening thing in the forest is so lush and gorgeous. That part where you have the hole and all that kind of stuff, and she's doing her medicine and whatever it is.
Yeah.
That whole thing is just, I was like, God, I would, you just a place where you'd love to go and just have nobody around, where you go and bring your book and relax and have silence and nature around you. It just looks like the most perfect, idyllic place in the world. And it's gorgeously shot. It really, really is. For a movie like this, I think maybe I would have been just going in for the incredible performances and would have been happy with a competent, piece of cinematography or that. But to have just this amazing cinematography, have a movie shot so beautifully around this already gorgeous, and heartbreaking story was just fucking, what's the one of Scorsese? Cinema. It was just brilliant.
And on that note, actually, it is, I can't leave him out. It's Lucas Zal, who, because I remember him, he was, I think, Oscar nominated for his Zone of Interest. But yeah, he's fucking fantastic. But there's moments in it, like especially inside, where the movie looks like it's filmed, using a lot of natural light. That's, I think, what he was going for. So it looks very natural. There's a lot of like some candlelit scenes, very natural, period appropriate lighting. But a lot of work goes into making something look so minimal lighting wise. It's just masterful stuff. It's just fucking brilliant. But yeah, like the score, the score, even like now when I play Max Richter's On the Nature of Daylight, I just cry instantly because it's just, not only is it a fantastic piece of music, but he is such an inspired choice from Chloe to be the composer on this. Like, obviously we are both massive fans of his, but there's a lot of restraint to the score as well. Like when it comes in this moment about 15 minutes in, when it's their wedding, and it's like a simple 2 shots. It's a shot of her walking in, a shot of him turning around to see her, and she's like, look at me. And it's just 15 minutes in, and the music just comes in and swells, and I start crying. I was like, what the fuck? I don't even know these guys. I just started fucking welling up, just going, oh my God. And then it's because of the music, but also you get a sense at that moment, like that, fuck, I don't bring tissues, bring a towel. That's what I was thinking. It's like, just like, oh my God, that you're going to be in for something ridiculous, because I know his music, and his music is so emotive. It's cinematic, but so kind of soft, kind of gentle, but pierces your fucking heart and your soul. But because when the score comes in at those moments, it's fantastic. And we'll talk about the ending in a while. But it's the moments when there's no score. And I think that's such a brave decision from filmmakers and directors, that to just not have a score for like the birth scene or the death scene for a certain amount of time. It's just the sound design and lots of howling and raw emotion. And it's fucking brilliant. It's like there's
the silent screams as well. That's really get you as well, and let that sit, and just
absolutely, because like Christopher Nolan is. Like, he puts music to every single scene, to every single scene.
But hear what anybody's saying.
What the fuck? But and that works for his movies, because it keeps his pace going and helps his pacing and editing. But in this, it's the silent moments, and from an editing point of view as well, it chooses its moments to just cut to black for a second and gives you a 1 second respite before you're thrown back into the fucking absolute emotional devastation. Here we go again.
That On the Nature of Daylight, though, like, because it's such that the ending of it, like I said, it's heartbreaking, and it's beautiful and tragic and all. And then, that's the minute, because I know that song by heart. I love it. I listen to it all the time. It's one of my favorite pieces of music, of composed music. It's absolutely gorgeous. And the minute you can hear the first fucking bar of it coming in, and it's like, oh, you fucking prick.
You didn't. You fucking didn't. Don't do this. Absolutely.
But yeah, like it's a great score.
There has been not so much backlash, but people going, oh, there was an original score all the way through, and then they put in this pre-existing music that like took me out of it and all this stuff, because I know that piece of music and why they do it, and just like, well, it's Max Richter's fucking song. That's his composition that he made 20 years ago, but he also composed the movie, so they fit absolutely perfectly. And when you play the score, which when you put it on, it naturally just goes from song to, or from piece to piece to piece, and then at the end it comes in. It's absolutely fucking perfect. But when it comes in, there's a moment like it's just we'll talk about that in spoilers. But that's a moment when my heart sank, and I just started having a heart palpitation for about 3 seconds, just going, "Oh my god!" Because it's a very emotional part. The final 15 minutes, for anyone who hasn't seen it, it's just an emotional assault. It's beautiful. It's just incredible. There's so many times there's people beside me because the cinema was packed, which is brilliant. But I actually went, "Oh wow." Just like, oh my god. People beside me going, what the fuck is wrong with him? Just like, no, this music,
I hope actually, because obviously I'll go and see it again. I have a full cinema, but because I had such a busy day yesterday, I decided to go and see this thing like in the morning.
You saw it so early.
Showing was like 10:30 or 10:45 or something like that. Like, so that was to start off my day. And as soon as I finished, I had to go off and go to the supermarket and a few other bits and pieces. In a daze, I think I forgot half the stuff I was supposed to buy, kind of thing.
Crying for no reason in Tesco, just looking at some soup.
Is there anything else, Daz, on do you want to touch? Do you want to move on to spoilers, as you mentioned, or?
Yeah, just a quick point on editing and the fact that they so effortlessly handle the passage of time. It's just from scene to scene. It really, months and years pass effortlessly, and sometimes there's little to no editing in some of the scenes, but when it is edited, it's perfectly judged cuts. And there are nice long takes that allow the performances time to breathe, which made it seem like a play at times, which just benefits the actors fucking tenfold. But yeah, it was just fantastic. And I think before we get into spoilers, we must just mention Chloe Zhao and applaud her, because this is just it's just amazing. Obviously, she won the Oscar for Nomadland a few years ago, but then she went and did The Eternals, which I still think I had fun watching The Eternals. It didn't deserve the absolute fucking the tirade of abuse that it got, but it's good to see that she's kind of back to form. She went, okay, enough of that. Let's get back to some searing drama again. And it's such a clear vision, kind of how she wanted to tell the story visually, and it's masterful. And she probably won't win Best Director, but she should, in my books. I think it's just an amazing fucking movie. So I guess before we get into spoilers, then, do you want to give it a star rating?
Yeah, like I don't give anything 5 stars, so I'm not giving it 4. But I give it the closest thing is 4.5, which is what I'm giving this one. Like, this is absolutely beautiful. I'm over the moon with how good it is, and especially because it's got 2 Irish leads. The current crop of Irish actors working today is just top notch. It's fucking great. But yeah, I think 4.5. I just think I just really am just enchanted by it and broken by it, and can't wait to see it again. And I'm ready to be hurt again. It's excellent. Cannot recommend it enough. Just go and see it if you haven't seen it already.
That's so nice way to put it. Enchanted and broken. Just like, that should be. We should get a quote in a poster, man. Fucking hell. You're going to make me cry saying that. I 5 stars easily for me. I loved every single moment of it. Yeah, it blew me away, and it was just a gut punch, like a cinematic triumph. And I'm so delighted I saw it in the cinema. And I would urge anybody who's listening to this who hasn't seen it, see it in the cinema as quick as you can, because once you see it with at least 5 to 10 people, it's just a communal experience to sit in a dark room and just be absolutely mesmerized by this movie. I think it's just, there's nothing bad I can say about it. I think it's just absolute fucking golden. 5 stars, 4.5 stars, just go see it. It's impeccable.
It's pretty much perfect. Like, I don't see. This isn't in our top 5s. I know I said this at Nosferatu. It would be my number 1.
Exact same time last year.
I would be very surprised if this isn't in my top 5 at the end of the year.
Absolutely.
Last year was a spectacular year for movies. I don't know if this year will be as good, but we'll see.
You never know. Let's get into spoilers then. The moment when she's just looking up at Hamlet during the play, and some of the, I should have touched on that, there's some of the cinematography of the stage looking back at the crowd. I want that as a poster, just when she's just there with her hand out on the stage and stuff. But when he's dying and she just leans her hand out to him and the music starts,
and other people start, and everyone else put their hands out,
and that's the moment I went, Oh my God, it's just so fucking beautiful. It's so fucking beautiful. And when she looks around, she sees everyone else crying, and that overhead shot of all the hands reaching out. And that's when the actor playing Hamlet is like, his reaction to that is just like, and then he starts crying. And it's just that beautiful cathartic moment where she's kind of looking around and everyone else in the audience is crying as well as they're reaching out towards the actor on stage. And it's just one of the most beautiful pieces of cinema I've ever seen in my fucking life. Like, and it's one of those things that, like, I would go see this film if I had time. I'd see it 10 times in the cinema for that 1 minute of film, just waiting for that minute to just go, oh, here we go, gut punch. It's just, and like, that's even without the fucking music. When the music's playing, it's just like, oh, for fuck's sake, leave me alone. I'm a wreck.
Her whole journey from when she's in that, whatever you call it, is it playhouse? I guess is probably the best word.
Playhouse, yeah.
But yeah, when she's in the playhouse, her journey from walking in first and like not knowing what's going on, she's been shushed by everybody because she's like, what is this? Like, what? And then
that's
this
brilliant.
Story of Hamlet, and she's not getting it. She's like, what is this story about? This isn't about my son or that.
She doesn't get
it. And then as the goes on and she's watching it and she sees, Paul Mescal playing the ghost of, Hamlet's dead father, the king, and he's, you see his emotion as he's delivering those lines and everything. He's dressed as the ghost and stuff. And you can see her, she's then starting to understand what he's trying to say. And this is how he's expressing his loss and his grief. Yeah, it's not just him running off to London. That's him running to London isn't the escape. It's this play is how he's showing his grief. And it's just her realization of that. And you get all this without them, having the words. You're just watching these two people react. And it's just such incredible scene. I can't believe that I had never heard of this book before the movie was announced. So I have to read that 100%.
Yeah, because apparently the book goes more into the plague. Apparently there's a sequence in the book that follows like a flea or something like that around different continents and stuff to show the spreading of this fucking plague or something like that.
Okay, right.
Which another director would go, oh, that'll be an amazing montage, And Chloe Zhao is obviously it's brilliant that she has Maggie co-writing the screenplay for her, that they have distilled it down and really just stripped it back bare to kind of like what is essential. The scenes that have no music in them are the ones that really, like, when you have, is there nothing better when you have a packed fucking cinema and there's just no fucking score, there's no nothing. In the moment when Hamnet dies and she looks down, and it feels like 10 minutes of silence. It's probably like 2 seconds before she just fucking screams. But the cinema, it's just like you're sitting there and it's just the whole pin drop thing just comes to the fore. It's just like, holy shit. And then she lets out this fucking roar that just the fucking hairs in your neck just go, oh my God. But during that, the second time, there was that one guy. There's always somebody who just can't take that 3 seconds of silence. He's like, just this awkward cough. Like, shut up. Cough at a different moment. You fucking moron.
That's one of those moments where you wouldn't even eat popcorn because you're like, I don't even want to make a sound. You're just looking like, just sit in silence.
Or just whisper along, pretty fucking shit, isn't it?
I actually remember, for different reasons though, but went to see A Quiet Place, the first one, and there's so many moments where it is long stretches of silence, but of course everybody in the cinema was doing the same thing, like we're all holding our breath, and like that I was like a big thing of popcorn and Maltesers, like, oh man, I should have just brought some fucking flogs or something, something that doesn't make any sound when you eat it, but
even it's just amazing. Yeah. But like the when she's having the twins, and when you find out that like there's a second child about to arrive, and the fact that she had mentioned this, that she has a vision of like 2 kids at her deathbed, and you're just going, oh shit, like this, is this it? And then it's a stillborn that kind of comes back to life in her arms. But even when it's a stillborn, you're just like, oh my God, that's the moment you think, oh, is this is this, oh, that's what it is. The death, like, she never got a chance to meet this kid or whatever. And it's like, no, that's just a really horrible, devastating scene. But the kid lived, but he's just going to die later again. And you're just like, oh no. But yeah, you touched it. The relationship between the twins is fucking beautiful. But that scene when he's like, he has so much to do when he's sitting beside Judith, who is caught by the plague, and he's like, "We'll cheat death. Like, he'll take me instead of you." Like, and he's lying there, and he's just like, "Breathe with me," and just holding her as they both lie in the bed in that overhead shot of the two of them. And he's just like, "I'll be brave, Father. I'll be brave." Oh, you're start crying.
Yeah.
It's just there's so many little scenes like that are just touch your heart. Like, they're so like effortless. It's just a couple of lines on a page, but you've got a 10-year-old kid just fucking nailing it. And just like, I don't know how Chloe has managed to get performances like that out of kids is quite astonishing. Yeah, quite astonishing. Paul Mescal, I think the only, like, he does get a few scenes where he gets to showcase a bit of his turmoil and acting prowess, like when he's kind of teaching people lines for the play and stuff, and you can see him, and it's just a single shot that just tracks back and forth with him as he's just kind of starting to lose the plot,
and they're just out of focus in the back.
And he's just like, no, say it again, and just like, and then he just delivers it fucking brilliant. You're just going, my God, yeah, I'd love to see you. Like, I think he's doing Playboy the Western World play. I think he's doing it next year or something. I need to see him on stage. He's just fucking brilliant. But towards the end, he has that moment after having that moment with the actor on stage where he's just like, my boy, and your heart is in bits. But then he goes back behind the stage in just, and again, another single wide shot where he just sits down backstage and just breaks down his fucking tears. And just going, that's just amazing. It's just amazing acting. And we could go on and fucking on and on and on.
Yeah.
But we'll end it there.
Before we both end. Yeah, before we both end in tears.
Oh, fuck's sake. But yeah, go see it. It's incredible.
100%. So look, yeah, thanks very much, Dad, for taking us through that. And yeah, you if you're a keen ear, you'll hear the parts we cut out from Dad's crying. We had to cut them back in. You'll be able to see. So yeah, look, as always, thanks for tuning in. Keep on liking, subscribing, all that stuff. We will be back next week to see if Nia DaCosta with Nia Costa's movie Bone Temple is can redeem that marvelous movie that she put out. Yeah. So we will see you next week for that one. And thanks for joining us as always. Go and check out Hamnet. Take it easy.
Ciao.